OpenAI just dropped AgentKit and everyone is talking about that. Is this the end of n8n? I'm in this AI automation space for a very long time and today I'm going to cover up these two giants and we are going to figure out that is this really a very big hype or just some kind of we have just a flip in the market. So we'll be covering up 8 factors by which we'll have a real comparison between these two. So by the end of this video, you'll get to know that what's the future of n8n and all of those other automation platforms, where is OpenAI is planning all of that stuff, and what's the next move for you to get survive into the market. So we'll have a technical comparison for building modern AI automation systems and we'll be covering each and every step that okay, so in this thing AgentKit is better and in this thing n8n is better, and where we are seeing AgentKit in the next 6 months that okay, so we'll see some kind of improvements in AgentKit and n8n will have this strategy to compete with it. So we'll covering up a lot of things out there. Just get into this video and stay with me at the last and I'll show you each and everything step by step. So the question is this the end of n8n? And according to my perspective, the answer is no. Because we have the great AgentKit from OpenAI, but it's so powerful but with some kind of limitations. And those limitations can make a hurdle for this company to become the big giant and cross n8n and make.com other stuff. So we are going to cover different factors and I'll show you that where agent is better and where n8n stands out. So we start with the factor 1, let's set up and get it started. Okay, if we do talk about that, if you are getting started right now and you are getting into this AI automation space, so which platform will be kind of best for you to get in? Because we have different platforms out there. So today we are talking about AgentKit and n8n. So if we have the comparison between them, that we can just talk about that if you are using AgentKit as the very first day of your coming into this AI automation space, you just have to log in with OpenAI account and you can just have the instant access about that. It's not about that n8n won't give you the access, but it's talking about that we are using a phrase here that will define that there is no barrier. It's very simple to use. It has a very simple UI and anyone can literally understand it with just a basic knowledge. And if you do talk about n8n, definitely n8n is a very giant thing, but you still need to just understand the basics. You have to understand that what are nodes, you have to understand that how do we connect these triggers and webhooks and HTTP request, all of that stuff. But on the other side, in AgentKit, we have some kind of very simpler thing. We don't have some kind of like great nodes and great structure, agent structure. We have to connect each tool separately. We have to connect the chat model. We have to connect knowledge base. Each and everything is kind of built in. So we don't have to just go all in and connect different apps. So in this way, if you are getting started right now, AgentKit is the best choice over n8n. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the triggers and what's the behavior of AgentKit in comparison to n8n. If we talk about triggers are the like mostly very important thing to start an automation. It's like just a core thing, but like how will you start the automation if you don't have a trigger, right? So n8n, in n8n you have a lot of triggers, not just a lot of but a bunch of triggers. You have different types, you have different models, you have different events on which you can have a trigger and you can start your automation. While on AgentKit you just have some kind of like chat based request. You just have to type in that okay, so just give me this data and you'll receive it. This is some kind of like very limited. You cannot connect any manual trigger to start a conversation, to start an automation. But on n8n you can start from either built-in software, you can start from an HTTP request, you can start from a webhook. You have a lot of bunch of like options out there. So in this way n8n is far more better than AgentKit. Our fourth factor is my favorite one, that it's a very interesting thing that you know that AgentKit is from OpenAI and OpenAI has its own LLM models. So it's kind of a thing that will OpenAI will limitate AgentKit to have some kind of other models like using Claude, using DeepSeek, using Gemini, and it will be kind of a thing that it will have all of those models from OpenAI, GPT-4 or all of those which we have reasoning, non-reasoning. Even one more thing that I have got, that it has some kind of like you can say sweet spot in which AgentKit will get the first APIs from OpenAI models. Like if we see in n8n that some kind of like it will get first in AgentKit and then after that it will facilitate us to use the very like updated model from OpenAI into the n8n library. But on the other side, AgentKit has a limitation that if they are not looking to provide other models, they'll have a very few audience which will be working with them because we have to use different models for different kind of roles. But on the other side, n8n, we have OpenAI, Anthropic, Google. We have multiple LLMs. Almost every LLM that is here on the planet and is getting used by people and they are like just using it. we have it in n8n. So this is kind of a thing where AgentKit has to decide that either they are going to allow us to use Claude model, to use Gemini model in their AgentKit, or they are going to make it some kind of like different approach, so in which we'll be using only OpenAI models, but it will be giving us the very great results. So this is kind of a very interesting thing, and I'm very waiting for it, that what are the next steps will be taken by AgentKit. Okay, so now if we do talk about the user interface, UI, UX, this stuff, AgentKit is fabulous out there because it has a very own, like, provides beautiful pre-built chat model, all of those things. On the other side, if you are building some kind of on the back end like n8n, you have a chatbot and you have created all of those things and connected tools and memory, each and everything. You still have to create, like, you have to go on to bold.new or Lovable and you have to create a complete UI for the chat model and something like that. But OpenAI has, AgentKit has its own built-in. So in this way, AgentKit has some kind of a like plus point in this thing where you can choose AgentKit for this kind of task, and if you want to do something like different, n8n will be your choice. Being a developer, this is the most important thing that you are like you'll be dealing most of the time, which is debugging and visibility. If you are getting any error, I have seen personally on like AgentKit that there are no some kind of failure reports, and that we get a log that okay, so you are facing this 404 error, like 301 error in this particular thing, and you get all those data stuff. But I don't see any kind of that results in AgentKit. But if you talk about n8n, definitely there is a very great structure. It has a very step-by-step process, and as well AgentKit, if you are running a module, like if you are running a scenario out there, you won't see that it started. You got a green tick out here, and then you got a green tick on the AI agent model, and you got a green tick on the other model. But if you do talk about n8n, there is a very like kind of a good feel on n8n when you get all of those ticks, and the automation is completely successful. It got executed. There is some kind of a great feel, which is personally very beautiful. So on debugging and visibility, troubleshooting, these kind of things are going to be very difficult for AgentKit. But on an n8n, everything is kind of like very visible for us, available for us. We can definitely, with having some kind of basic information, basic knowledge, you can troubleshoot any problem that you get on n8n. Deployment and control, AgentKit, fully cloud abstraction, as well as very important part that if we are building some kind of that we build some kind of agents, we use like Pinecone for vector database. But if we do talk about, I got this thing very like interesting, that OpenAI has its own database which is using in this AgentKit model. So you don't have to connect any external database. OpenAI has its own. You don't need to connect any other LLM. OpenAI has its own. Or as well, you just need to connect tools and stuff like that. So some kind of, at that moment, AgentKit is a better option, great for some kind of like data control is dedicated to the OpenAI ecosystem. But if we talk about n8n, it's open source. Definitely you can use like very privately, and as well you can just have self-hosted, hybrid, managed, cloud client, whatever you can use. It all depends upon you. And as well, if you are using some kind of models, you have to connect everything manually, and there will be some kind of third-party application that you have to use. But on AgentKit, most of the products, I can see that if in the future we will talk about, as we got the like vector database and all of those things from OpenAI, we'll see many other things on AgentKit which are built from OpenAI. So this is kind of a like very interesting thing. Pricing, definitely n8n, we have self-hosted. n8n cloud, you have to pay at least $20 per month. But at AgentKit, what I am expecting, that you'll have a model where you'll be paying only for the API key that you get from OpenAI, because it's very own model. And I don't think so they'll be charging something like very differently. The OpenAI key and all of those charges will be enough for them. So this is also an interesting thing. And as well, definitely different tools, different jobs. Every tool has its own some kind of expertise, some kind of weak points, some kind of potentials. So we have to understand that from which way we are going to leverage AgentKit, from which way we are going to leverage n8n. But as a conclusion, if we do talk about that, is AgentKit enough well prepared right now to replace n8n? So the answer is no, because we have some kind of very great limitations. n8n has a very great potential out there. It facilitates us to do almost everything that we have in our mind. But on the other side, AgentKit provides us some kind of different facilities. So this is kind of a thing that will be very interesting. I'm very excited about that. That's what you get. If you like this video, just comment down below, give a subscribe if you want. If not, that definitely I'll try my best on the next video that I'll convince you. Give a like, tell me in the comments that what are the like what are your thoughts about this thing, because I really like to have some kind of like other opinions of people. You'll find the Instagram and social link in the description. You can book up a call for an AI consultation. We'll see you in the next one.